It's me, Savacity, and the Martian is Lab LIT. Now what's a lablet? What's that term that she just used? Well, a lablet is a new genre, relatively new genre of literature. To qualify as a lablet, one of the main characters has to be a scientist, and the entire story of the book has to be about the science that character is doing. For example, if we qualify the Martian as a lablet, and you're curious about what, it being around the scientist is doing, let me just read. I've thought about the atmospheric regulator. It pays attention to what's in the air and balances it. That's how the excess O2 I've been importing ends up in the tanks. Problem is, it's just not built to pull hydrogen out of the air. Regulator uses free separation to sort out the gases. When it decides there's too much oxygen, it starts collecting air in a tank and cooling it to 90 Kelvin. That makes the oxygen turn to liquid, but leaves the nitrogen still gaseous. Then it stores the O2. The entire book goes on like this, but don't worry, it's still fun. Oh, that's just sad. That's not fun. Okay, another example. 6 people in an ascent vehicle originally designed for a 23-minute flight. It got a little cramped, and by a little cramped, I mean we wanted to kill each other. I'd give anything to be in that cramped capsule with those guys again. Oh wait, never mind. It's sad again. Now, The Martian is a good book, full book, 100% good book. You think they'll be able to tell that I've only read half of it? Nah. Yes.
The Martian is a novel about a man named Mark Watney, published by Andy Weir in 2011. It is mostly written in a blog-like format where Mark Watney describes his life trying to survive on Mars. This trend only pausing for a third-person view of other characters far off from the reach of Mark's blogs. In his entries, Mark Watney describes how he is an astronaut from NASA who became stranded on Mars after his crew left him due to a storm which would have blown over the return ship, the MAV. Left behind, he, with his skills as a botanist and a mechanical engineer, must learn to survive with only the leftover equipment by NASA until, he hopes, NASA finds him alive and rescues him.
Now, the general definition for Lab LIT and The Martian have a few differences. For example, takes place in the future, usually past, historical fiction, kind of present. It's a survival story. It doesn't have to be. It happens in outer space, kind of like science fiction. Most of all, the science in Lab LIT has to be realistic. No aliens, or spaceships, or TARDISes, or Doctor Who, or please come find me, my address is... Now here's the difference about The Martian and Lab LIT. What's that? Well, there's a scientific inaccuracy in The Martian. What are you talking about? The whole thing is like... That's the entire thing. The entire thing. The entire thing. How come Aquaman can control whales? They're mammals. Makes no sense. Well, believe it or not, you know the entire storm that blew, kind of almost tipped the ship that was gonna bring them out of Mars? And the entire point is that Mark wasn't able to get on that ship because of the really bad storm? Yes. Storms like that are definitely a thing. Well, not on Mars apparently. Apparently, even the toughest storms are gonna feel like paper balls being thrown at you. For example, fall, Mav. Leave Mark behind. He needs a reason to survive. The last one was my portfolio reflection. The atmosphere on Mars is so thin that it just isn't realistic. Overall, The Martian, which I read, is considered a lablet to me. In general, it's way too much of the main character just explaining the science behind everything to not be considered in that genre. And overall, the science is still what we believe today. It's accurate. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to join the Savacity. I'm not willing to go below a 25-liter reserve, so when I dip too low, I can't say that word. How's it feel to be on Mars, huh?